'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the roof arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick. I knew in that moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shadowed and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came abound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry, his droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was a chubby and plump, a right old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger on the side of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." That was, as you probably guessed, was "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" by Clement Clarke Moore. Now, some scholars, according to a few things I digged up, was some people think it was written by a Major Henry Livingston Jr., but I think most people would credit Clement Clarke Moore for it, but either way, it's a holiday classic. I want to share it with all you, and if it sounds like I'm coming down with a cold, I probably am, but that's beside the point. I wish all of you out there listening a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If you celebrate something other than Christmas, happy holidays. I hope you out there had a happy holiday, whichever it might be, Christmas, Hanukkah, Rosh Hashanah, whatever it falls this time of year. Whatever you celebrate, if you want to let us know, just email us at longcoatmafia@gmail.com and let us know, and share with us some of your gifts if you got any this year, or that includes gifts to yourself. Like we got cameras for the show, a brand new laptop, a lot of things for the show. Not everything we wanted this year, but still. that's beside the point. Again, just let us know via email, which is, again, longcoatmafia@gmail.com. If you're listening to us through either iTunes or Apple Podcasts or Google Play Music or Google Play Podcasts, and there's glitches at any point in getting our episodes, please remember you can always get our shows via Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and the Podbean app if you're mobile. Spotify and Stitcher Radio both have apps as well, both for Android and iTunes. But if you're on the desktop, and iTunes is usually the most popular way to get our show. But again, if iTunes is deciding to be very finicky and not work, again, you can always get us through Spotify, Stitcher Radio, and our main website, which is thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com. Let's see what else. Our social media is, even though it's linked down below in the show's description, it is facebook.com/The Long Coat Mafia Podcast. And we do have an Instagram and Twitter. Both share the same handle, which is Long Coat Mafia. And we do have a YouTube channel. It is Long Coat Mafia Podcast. Just do a search. We're not the top search, but we are up there. Just search Long Coat Mafia Podcast and it'll be closer to the top. Trust me. Plus, it is linked down below in the show's description. If it's not showing, the links are not clickable on the description in your favorite podcasting catching app, whatever that might be. You can always go to our website again, which is thelongcoatmafia.podbean.com, and in the show description, just click on one of those links and it'll take you to our social media and our everything else, and including our YouTube video. Now, that being said, granted, you could message us on Facebook and direct message us on Instagram and Twitter and our other social media that we're a part of. Let me just say that we will answer you as soon as we're able to. But let's see what else. There's something I want to say. Oh yes, our videos next year is what we plan on doing next year is trying to have more video content than what we've been posting up on YouTube. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We do have 2 new cameras to use. So that being said, we hope. Please stay tuned to both our YouTube and our Facebook page, because one or the other might have exclusive video content. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our Facebook page. So that way you're always caught up with what we're sharing to everybody out there who listens to our show. So, and again, the video content will help supplement our podcasts on the go. And plus, you could also listen to our weekly podcast on YouTube if you so choose. So again, sorry for the short episode. Again, it is while we're posting this Christmas Eve. So take care. I hope all of you have a safe holiday, and we'll see you next week. And this is the Reverend Godfather, the main host and frontman for the show, saying good night. Have a safe Christmas and safe holidays, and we'll see you next week.
See you next time on the Long Coat Mafia.